Yo, yo. How's it going? I hope you're having a great day today. I'm not. I just found out I have strep and mono. Because apparently I had to overachieve. Now, your boy has been to a couple club visits, a couple festival, little EDC Orlando, and it's bound to happen. My friend got a cold too. And it's inevitable. I work at a hospital. It's inevitable. But now that I've gotten it, my immune system better figure that out. I got my flu shot. I got all my shots ready to go. And I just paid 76 cents for something I probably should have done way earlier. I must be an absolute imbecile that it took me this long. I've been sick for a month. I'm taking that chance. Thank you. Alright. But yeah, I've been sick for about a month now. On and off. I can't even talk right now. But, hopefully this clears things up. I'm pretty happy about that. Let me get this little drink right here. Even hurts to swallow right now. It's gotten to the point where I had to come here today. And even now, when I was driving over here, I'm like, no, maybe it'll get better tomorrow. But even now, as I'm talking, it hurts to swallow, just to swallow. I mean, I really thought that I'm cooked. So finally, I came in. Sure, I'll do the mono test. That's no big deal. Strep, whatever. I got it. Right here, I have glands that I felt were different. And I was like, hey, that's kind of weird. But I figured it out. It's right here. That right there says you got one or the other. I don't know. Strep or mono. The doctor gave me the blood test. Figured it out. There you go. Boom. I got it bad. So, looky there, great immune system. Well, I can get a little twisty treat. I literally have ice cream at home, but I'm about to go over to Twisty Treat and get me some more. That's besides the point. Anyways, what I mean is, what are we doing? What am I trying to talk about today? Oh, leveling up. So, first of all, you want to have control over your life and others, hopefully. You know, the 48 Laws of Power, if you haven't read it, at least watch a YouTube video on it. Because the first rule is to never outshine the people that are above you. You should always be from a humble side. You should always not show off. Don't show off until you are already in that position of power. Show off within your realm, within where you're at. You know what I mean? Don't show off to the point where your boss is scared that you're going to take their job. That's the first law in the 48 Rules of Power. Because you don't want them fearful of you, otherwise they'll rip you out. The point is, one of the laws of power is strength. And when you're weak like me right now, and dang, this lighting is kind of crazy. Dang it. Put your brake light, thank you. Dang it. The brake lights were killer. But what I mean is, my voice right now, I artificially bring it down to a deeper level. I can't do that when my nasal passages are full of mucus. So, when I artificially make my voice deeper, it's kind of hard to do right now when I'm sick, which has made my month very annoying. My headaches, my tiredness, my weakness, really, overall, like, my gym has not been very successful in the last week, maybe 2. It's been rough. Honestly, my last week, 2 weeks have been very rough overall. My work has been more draining to my life. and my life overall has been very draining, not very weekendish. You know, there's not enough time in the weekend for me to recover. And with that being said, I've been really trying to focus on improving other aspects of my life as well as this. It's why I went to the Minute Clinic and got this prescription today. It's so I can feel better and finally get ahead of this. I've been taking my multivitamins, and I have everything in the book. I've got chloroseptic spray. I've got the lozenges. You know, I've got acetaminophen. I've got every cough, cold symptom, you know, over the counter you could think of. Anything over the counter on Amazon that you could possibly dream of, or at Walmart, I've got. However, we're at a header where I am out of options. I had to do this today. I had to take care of this. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm out of it. Part of your power comes from appearances. So one appearance that comes off right away is, do you look sickly? So let's try to prevent that. It's also your facial hair. I'm trying to grow mine out because I've got a baby face and I want to prove to people that, hey, I know what I'm doing a little bit. If I try to clean shave, I can do that. I can pull that off. It's not a big deal. But right now, I'm just trying to let it grow out, cut it. Grow out, cut it. And hopefully it grows in a little bit thicker over the course of time. I've got nice long hair I'm trying to grow out. These Harley Davidson riders are ridiculous. We can go around them. Wow. Anyways, part of the reason I wear my rings, I wear, you know, my chain here, my watch, I want to get to a silver one, but I also like having the activity on my watch. My shoes that I just bought, a little bit newer, got a nice shine to them, you know, put together, collected. My uniform at work, nice, clean, ironed, no wrinkles. My hands, when I inflect to people, I keep my hands very focused and precise when I speak. When I speak, I try to inflect my voice when necessary, but I also keep it very monotone. It's absent of any emotion because I'm not trying to convey any one emotion. So when I do inflect my voice, people pay attention to that. So staying monotone is very easy because I'm always bored. Be bored and you'll naturally be monotone. And I usually am. I'm not lazy or nothing like that. It's just simply I am bored in every situation. I'm not freaking out over the simplest things. I'm not. I'm just relaxed, calm, collected, and bored. And with that means I'm calm, collected, and I'm able to think through each situation properly. because what I do for a living is fix situations. I love when I have something to fix. Checking in people when there's no problems, it's boring. It's easy, it becomes monotonous, repetitive. Where others may struggle with it, they think that they're curing cancer when they're simply pressing a button to say check in. And I'm like, that is so boring to me. I actually mix it up with other things. You know, like there's certain levels to my work, certain qualities of work, certain levels of experience that you can hit. And it takes time, it takes experience, it takes years. It's a practice, it's something you have to learn. It's an art form almost. Learning everything in our system. And yes, there's tons of updates all the time, but figuring out how to see those things, how to look for those things. Everyone uses Epic Hyperspace, Advent Health, Orlando Health, Minute Clinic at CVS, No More's. Everyone uses it, which means that I can take this experience anywhere. And yes, the systems may differ slightly, but at the end of the day, I'll know how to use it, which is definitely going on my resume. And I take pride in that because at the end of the day, we check in patients, but we are software users. We use software. That is our only job. We are process, users. We have been taught a process, and we are to uphold that process and learn more of it as we work there. So there's not one day where I say, I'm not learning anything. You can't. But I also am not holding myself up on anything, which a lot of my coworkers seem to do sometimes. They'll hold up at this level of education and say, I don't know that yet. You saying you don't know that yet is keeping you here. And yes, this is personal to me because I want to do better. I want to improve every single day. And part of that improvement means you have to be angry at the fact that you don't know certain things. I'm angry at the fact that I don't know a specific thing about workers' comp or whatever. It pisses me off because I should know it. And I do know most of the things, but when my boss tells me that I didn't do something right, I get angry, not at my boss, but at myself, because I take pride in my work. And part of taking pride in your work means it is personal to you. This means something to me. It's part of my life. I'm a bachelor. I do my school online, and my work is 45 hours of my work week. Actually, 45 hours because I'm working 9-hour shifts. Plus, every other week I'm hitting 50 hours with a 4-hour shift on the weekends, give or take. Which means that every single week I'm spending so much of my time, almost all of my time while I'm awake, at work. So yes, I take pride in it. And it means that you can't just push off your work. You can't just clock in and clock out and expect to just not care. First of all, it's going to lead to burnout, and you're going to hate your job. I don't hate my job. I love it. I love coming in every day. Do I think it's getting monotonous, repetitive, and sucking the life out of me sometimes? Yeah. But also sometimes it's habit. It's consistency. It's learning a little bit every day. But it's career. And I hope that in my future of my career, I work my way up the chain where I have more challenges and more responsibilities to take care of. More things to put my life into. When I'm a manager, I can actually make a difference in the hospital, not just in each person, but in the entire hospital. Where right now I'm affecting maybe 8,000 people in a year, I can affect $16,000 or $24,000 in a year, as a manager, or maybe $100,000 as a CFO. Affect in a positive way. So that's the goal. That's what I try to believe in. That's what my purpose is to have the most positive impact in the world that I can. And part of that is influence, being a good influence on people making these videos. Part of that is being a good influence and teaching others what I've learned and attempting to learn more to teach others. Trying to obtain as much wisdom as possible to pass on to my children. Trying to learn as much emotional intelligence as possible and help those around me. These are things that you can do to make your life better, because it's not just about you. It's about changing the world. That's why I couldn't possibly be irritated with anything or be so selfish. You know what I mean? To be selfish and just to think about myself and how I feel really doesn't matter, does it? And you can't really think like that. You can't think about your feelings that much, because you'll just get tied into them and they'll control you. No, really look in the mirror and take accountability for yourself. Don't look at your emotions. Look at your ideas, your mind, your soul. Screw your emotions. You don't need those. You need your soul. You need to be in line with your soul. And that's what my soul says, is I want to make a difference. I know it sounds corny, but at the end of the day, that's what I want to do. I want to change the world for the better. I want to make a difference. I want to feel like my life mattered, regardless of religion or whatever happens. But part of that means that every day, maybe every other day, when I'm at the gym or when I wake up in the morning, I stare into the mirror. I stare into my own eyes. And I really look at myself, not in a weird psychopathic way in the sense of, oh, I'm a narcissist, ooh, wow, look at this guy, ooh. Not like that, no. What I'm looking at is my own soul. I'm staring into my own soul. Sizing up myself. Like I'm gonna fight myself. It's getting to know the person you are today. Because you do change every day. You are a different person every day. So you have to get to know that person. But yeah, what I mean by that is you can't even possibly understand anyone else around you before you understand yourself. So screw your emotions, because those are only part of the problem. That's only 10%. And quite honestly, getting in touch with your emotions is not really beneficial. It's not going to drastically improve your life to be like, yeah, I'm not too happy. Do you really need to realize that? Do you really want to harp on that? Do you really want to think about that every day? Yeah, I'm not really excited to go to my job in the morning. Oh, I don't really like having to go paycheck to paycheck. I don't think you want to analyze into that much. Don't think too deep on that one. Think a little bit deeper on your foundation of your life, and everything will work itself out. your values, what really matters to you. Your emotions come and go and change day to day. That doesn't matter. Don't fret about that. I mean, I'm talking about long-term plans, ideals, perspectives on life, religious philosophy in whatever way you can imagine. If you apply the discipline of the gym to your emotional intelligence, you'll start to realize that there's no motivation when it comes to being excited to go to the gym or not. You have discipline to go to the gym. You say, I'm going to go to the gym. Yeah, I feel terrible today. I'm still going to go. I don't know. I'm going to like it. It's called being sadistic. But the point is that I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to be energetic, excited to live my life today because, well, first of all, why wouldn't I want to do that? Second of all, I don't have a choice. I'm going to do that anyways. I'm going to go to the gym because I have to. I'm going to be happy because I have to. Not be, I'm so excited to be here. No. But just be relaxed, calm, collected, and enjoy your surroundings. And once you realize that, once you understand that, you go, I know. I get it now. I understand it now. I have to see myself in the mirror in entirety, from my soul, my physical body, my heart, my mind, my emotional intelligence. I mean, your thought processes throughout the day. Everything about yourself you have to understand and realize. And then you can start looking at other people. Seeing yourself in other people's shoes. Having empathy. Listening to others for real. And you'll start to realize you've probably been selfish this whole time. Thinking about yourself this much, you start to realize that you need to start thinking about others more. There's a lot of people in my life right now where I realize that they never really listened to me. And yeah, I haven't told them these things directly, but there's definitely a lot of times where I've inferred to things or suggested things or shown things with my body language or shown things that I've done by my actions. You know how actions speak louder than words? But they weren't really listening. They weren't really watching. They weren't really seeing me in the moment. They're too busy with themselves. So I think that if there's one takeaway from this is that at the end of the day, you need to stop paying attention to yourself so much. You need to start paying attention to people and things around you, because you're missing out on a lot. And when you're stuck in your head so much, you're most likely to combust. You'll just think about yourself so much, and you'll be so selfish, and you'll just kind of be in your head. You do know that terminology of, oh, you're just in your head about that. It's because when you're in your head so much, you start to overthink. And when you overthink, you get stressed. When you get stressed, you get panicked. When you get panicked for a long period of time, that stress can wear down a person into depression. So I can understand where you're coming from. I understand. But this is how you fix it. Maybe your therapist hasn't told you this. I don't know. I don't have a therapist. But I do have YouTube. I've learned a lot over the course of time. And I've also done a lot of soul searching within myself, or whatever you want to call it. But I really thought about these things. And I think that at the end of the day, if you change this one thing about yourself, I think it would be so valuable to your life. It would be life altering. Because most likely you probably are a selfless individual. I'm not saying I'm not selfish. I'm not saying I'm selfless. You know what I mean? I'm saying we could all use a little bit more compassion, a little bit more empathy for others. And when you start caring about others more and you start looking at others more, you start to realize that maybe your thoughts and opinions really don't matter as much. Maybe you'll compromise on some things. A lot of times I've talked to people, like I was saying, where they really haven't listened to me, and I could call them out on it. I could be mad at them for not listening to me. Quite honestly, I call it out and that's it. I let them know, and that's it. I'm not mad about it either way. It's okay. Because as a person that listens more than they speak, it's better just to listen. Don't be angry at a person for not listening the way you do. They just don't understand. You might be able to teach them, you may not. Just let them know, hey, I told you that. I showed you that. I did that in front of you. You weren't paying attention. I'm not mad. It's just, you weren't really listening to me. I wish you acknowledged that. I wish you asked me follow-up questions. I thought we were closer friends than that. If we were closer friends, I would hope you would ask me follow-up questions on the thing I just said. I would hope that you wouldn't ask so many things of me all the time, and maybe, you would start offering some things to me. I don't ask for much from people, and quite honestly, my ego couldn't take it. I've got too much pride. I get it from my dad, where I don't want people to give me anything. I want them to offer, and then I'll just turn them down. But I want them to at least offer. It shouldn't be assumed. And some of these things, they don't require anything in return. There's no monetary value here. It's simply an exchange of humanity, communication. I want us to equally communicate, where it's not one-sided. It's not 80-20 or 20-80. When it comes time to planning social events, it should be 50-50, not 90-10. When it comes time to paying for dinner, it should be 50-50, not 90-10. When it comes time to talking, it should be 50-50, not, 75-25. You get my point, where everything should balance out because you both are interested in speaking to one another, talking with one another, spending time with one another. When things start turning one-sided, you start to lose respect for that relationship. And even if that relationship is just the span of a minute, it's just an interaction with someone in customer service or whatever, even the smallest interaction of 30 seconds can have that effect, can have that inequality, an unequal balance that needs correction. I don't even know what to title this video. Kind of just rambled there. But I hope this video helped you out. It definitely helped me. I love making these. After a long day, it's really good to reflect over your day, what you've learned. And I try to capture those little bottles of lightning in these videos. But anyways, I'll catch you later. See ya.